when you select it, you will understand it immediately with the polygons and with the way of modeling that other programs like 3ds Max and Blender work on this method. And also the second one is a native Revit family. When you select it, you will understand that you can edit the extrusion, edit the blend, or edit anything that we have here. For the first situation, it is really easy. You just need to go to the family environment of that family and then select it, and from the modify tab in here, you have the scale tool. You can scale it. For example, you want to say from here to here to be, for example, 20 centimeter to make it a toy car instead of a real car. Okay, that's easy, and you can edit your references. For example, you would go to the edit and you would put it here, and you can edit your references, and yet then you can load it very easily to your project. Okay, that's too easy, but the complex part is about native families. For example, I have this chair. It doesn't have any parameter, and I can work with it. How we can make this scalable, and also how to maintain the category of that. It is really important that I said what I said. It is to maintain the category too. Sometimes I see people do this process, but they can't maintain the category and they convert it to planting. Okay, we are getting help from planting environment, but I'm gonna show you a trick to maintain the category too. To do that, open two planting family environment. To do that, let me create a new family environment from here. I'm going to use from English metric, and let me use from metric planting. Let's create the first one. We have the first family here, and let's create another planting too. The key is here. You need to planting environment. Okay, another planting. Let's close the hidden views. And then the third one is the one that you want to make your family based on. For example, if you want a wall-based family, you need to create a wall-based family environment. If you want to create a face-based family, you can do that too. Or blah, 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 or anything you want. Okay, for example, let me create a face-based family environment here. I'm going to create a face-based, a scalable chair here. Okay, let's go and find generic face space here and click on open, and open that too. For the category, you can select any category for your face space family here, and it doesn't really import. Okay, let's go to the first family and the native family that we have here. First step is to load it into your first planting environment. Okay, import it very easily and place it wherever you want. You can align it. It doesn't really necessary. Let's go to the front view to see the A2. It is okay. Okay, that's not really a big deal here. As you can see, we have this family here. Let me bring it here to maintain the order. We have this planting family here. As you can see, it is a family planting, and also we have imported this one to here. The only thing you need to do here is to create a dimension here. To do that, let's make it in shaded view, and let me set my work plan to here, and let's create a dimension from here. It doesn't really important to create a dimension from where or from which place. It's not really important. Just create a dimension in one place. Okay, as you can see, it is a 37 millimeter, and let me bring the scale to 1 to 10, and that's good. The second step is to import this to the second planting environment. To do that, click on load into, and bring it to family 5. That is our second planting environment. Okay, that's great. Click on OK and bring it here. Okay, that's great. Let's go to the 3D. And let me bring it here and let's create another dimension here. Let's set our work plan to this and let's create another dimension to here. As you can see, the dimension is still 37 millimeters. Okay, that's great. Now, before going to the last step, another thing you need to do in the second planting environment is to select your family. Not selecting your family. In create part, go to the family types, and from here, specify the exact number you are seeing in your dimension. It is 37. It is 37 here. It will help to collect the scale number. Okay, then load it into the third family environment that I said. It doesn't really important which family environment you will choose, and there is no limitation on that. I've created a face-based family. I'm going to import this to that. Click on OK, and from here go to the components and bring your chair here. Okay, let's let's set our work plan to this face, and let's create another dimension to this. You can see it is a little bit changed, but we can accept this. But sometimes when you bring the family here, for example, it's gonna be, let me show you, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be less like something like this. To collect the scale parameter, you need to create a dimension here. For example, it is 2 millimeter, and then you need to go back to your original file, which is 37. Okay, now we have to do some manual calculation. You need to double the first number, which is 37 multiplied by 37, and then you need to divide this number to this number. To do that, divide it by 2, and you will have this number. You need to select this number and copy it to height number of this imported family in the third environment. Paste it, and you will have something about the exact number that you had in the first family. Okay, what's next? To create a scale factor that would be usable in your project, you need to go to the family types, and in here you need to create some parameters. First of all, let's create a parameter which is, I'm going to call it a scale, and let's put it on instance, and it's gonna be a length. Click on OK, and let's create another parameter which I'm going to name it factor, and put it on instance, and put it on length, and click on OK. And then in the scale part, put the exact number that we achieved in that calculation, and then in factor, let me assign a default number which is going to be 1. And for the scale number, I'm going to specify a formula which is going to be factor multiplied by the number that we have achieved in that calculation. Okay, that's great. And click on OK. Okay, and now the last thing we need to do is to assign that formula to the height, to height parameter of this family. To do that, go to the edit type, and from here assign the scale parameter that had the formula that we wrote, and then assign it to this one and make them link, and click on OK. Now let's test our formulas, and let's go to the family types. And for example, let's see that we are in project and we want to double the dimension of this one. You just need to make your factor, change your factor to 2, and it will be double, or you can make it in half size. And you can see it's working properly without any simple problem. You saw how easy it is to scale your Revit native families and also imported families. And also another tip here, if you want to render your imported families with your Enscape rendering, it doesn't really necessary to import them by Revit. You can import them by custom asset library of Enscape, and also you can scale them automatically there, and that will be much easier for you if you want to render your project with Enscape. I have uploaded another video though about custom asset feature in Enscape that I will put the card here, and also you can go watch that too.